Today, we'll keep on writing our cloud code to read CSV files. Hi, I'm Alex, the architect for Back4App, and this is Talking to the Architect. So, on our last video, we saw how to create a class and upload CSV files to it, and also we saw that we would use two NPM modules to allow us to read the streams and also read and parse the CSV files. The first one is Axios, which makes the requests and read the streams, and the second one is CSV parser that allows us to read and parse CSV files. We also produced a cloud code after-save trigger that would run on that class specifically and get the URL so we could retrieve the file. So today we're back visiting that cloud code, and I will add some features to it. So here I have my cloud code from the last section, and in here I will instantiate the two modules that we are going to use. So CSV, like const CSV equals require CSV parser, and Axios, const Axios equals require Axios. And with that done, I can now use the functionalities of these modules inside my cloud code. The first one is Axios, which will make the request for this URL that we retrieved on the last video and get the stream of data out of it. We do that by typing Axios and then passing as a configuration a JSON object having the method as get, because this will be a get request, URL as my URL as it is in here from the last video, and response type stream because we will read a stream of data out of that URL. So with that done, we will have a then and function response that will handle what Axios brings back. So once in here, we will get the response data.pipe. This will pipe all the response from Axios, and we will instantiate CSV with headers as true. We will do that because here on our CSV files, the first line are the headers for that for those columns. So we will have to ignore this first line and start counting our data from line 2 to beyond. If I didn't have the first line as headers, then this value would be false. Then once in here, we have three main events that we have to listen for. The first one is data. Data is every single one of the lines of the CSV files. So every time it sees a new file, a new line inside the file, it will handle the data inside this function here. So all I do right now is stringify that content and print it out to my console. So console.log data and json.stringify data. This will get the contents of data, transform it into a string, and print it out to my console. Then we have the second one that we have to listen for, which is the end. What will happen once we have our end of file, meaning that I read the last line out of it. So on end, and all I'm going to do right now is print out to my console that is the end of file. So console log end of file. And there is one more, which is the error. Error will fire every time it finds something that should not be there. For instance, I have a certain number of columns that I'm expecting based on the headers. If you don't have the headers, it's based on the very first line. And if one of the other lines has not the exact same number of columns that I need, or perhaps the data type is different, then the error event will trigger. So we will have to listen for it, dot on error, and then have a function, and once again all I'm doing is print it out to my console. So I'll hit deploy. This takes a couple of seconds. And once done, we can go back to our database, get our CSV class, add a new row, and upload a new file. So Pokemon sample, open, and add. My new file was uploaded, so now I have to inspect my logs to see if the data is there. So if I keep refreshing this, oh, there you go, it already read it, so end of file, which triggered at the very end of my file. And for every single line I have a data string, which is the string that I put to print out on Cloud Code, and this is the stringified version of the data inside the line. So you can see in column 0 I have Caterpie. This is not printed on the exact order that is on my file, but we can try to search for it in there. So Caterpillar, it's here. So the last one here is the first one showing in the logs. So I have Caterpillar, 10, bug, and known. So Caterpillar, 10, 1, and known. So my second column is 10. The index starts from 0, so my first column is column 0, my second one is index 1. The third one is bug, and the third one is none. So all I have to do now is to create a new class and set these values to that class, and then save it to our new class. So this is how you read a CSV files using Cloud Code only with NPM modules. If this content was helpful to you, please click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel so you can help us grow. Also, share this link with a friend and they can learn something too. If you already subscribed, thank you for that. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or any kind of implementation you want to see me doing, please leave it on the comment section down below. We always answer all the questions. So I hope this was helpful to you and hope to see you back. See you soon. Bye bye.